we got to talk about the weekend and moving forward. I mean, sort of often when the time of recording, Rusty Rasmus has given us our team
On the Monday.
already. And Vic, we're doing our research on the All Blacks taking on the Boks taking the All Blacks this weekend in Wellington. You've played there 5 times. Unfortunately, lost all 5 Test matches in Wellington. We won't speak about the 2011 World Cup quarter-final because we don't need that.
That's not part of the history. Yeah.
But I mean, Wellington, is it like what makes it such a tough place to win? Especially, the guys went down the weekend, and also again playing the All Blacks, so it's a tough place to win a rugby match.
Yeah, I've said it a few times last week. I think it's almost easier to win a World Cup than it is winning the All Blacks there. I mean, the record says it. We've played 7 World Cups. We've won for, close to 60%. We've played the All Blacks since 95, 35 or 36 times, and New Zealand only beat them 4 times. So it's 25%. Sure. So it's not easy to go over there. And if we're honest, the All Blacks, 90% of the time, is the number 1 team in the world, the toughest guys. And to go over there, especially with the conditions, this time of year, it's always wet. And a lot of people think that plays into our hand because they like to play with the ball, but they're used to it. So they can still play the attacking. We struggle. So we can almost just play that strangling game from kicking game, use our maul. We struggle to play in that wet. But we do. Our record at Wellington is actually not too bad. We've got a few wins there. I mean, with the Bulls, we won there quite often. I think we've got a chance this weekend. Interesting team that Rusty's put out there. But again, if you go through that team...
We have it.
Sure.
I mean, if you look at that backs and you say, look, all the big names not there. Andre Pollard's not there. David Dalende is not there. JC Creel's not there. But if you look at that, Sasha, I think is going to be such an amazing player for South Africa. Ethan Hooker, outstanding player. Damian Willemse experience. Won 2 World Cups. Yep. He's 30 years old. Very experienced. Kanan Moody, I think 13 is his best position. Very physical, strong, hard carry. Okay, Colby is special. And then Fassi. I think Fassi's got a bigger boot. He's so good under the high ball. So again, you feel like, that's maybe too many changes for us to go and beat them. But then you think again, these guys. And I mean, I had a podcast this morning with some of the New Zealand boys. And
Are they still smiling, eh?
yeah.
They call you off the
Sir
game.
JK's, those white glasses are this big now. But I mean, and they said we're getting old. Look at this. Young team. And they're still all talented. And there's still enough experience to go out and do well, I think. And I really do like the pack. I actually like Lure Jager playing there with Ruan Orkia. It's a good combination. And so nice to have Jasper Wiese back. He's almost like a Dwayne. He puts you on the front foot. He's so physical. In the mauls, he'll get stuck in. So great to have him back.
And I mean, we have young. Vic mentions we have young players, and I think with Rusty having one eye in the future, but I also think there's key experienced players in key positions like Kobus Reinach. We know Sasha's got that X factor.
Sure.
Kobus, we saw when he came on a little bit, and Grant. I feel for Grant a little bit because.
But I think he's going to have a big impact
off the bench because he was under a lot of pressure because maybe other people weren't doing their jobs at the breakdown. But I think Kobus will bring that necessary calm, but also bring that energy and like we still got that one eye in growing, in cultivating this team.
I mean, Juicy, you look at it, we're dealing with 8 men today. I think Jasper Wiese is the first player in history to be suspended and his values go up. Because he's been suspended, but we've missed him more and more. I mean, he's going to be huge on Saturday.
No, definitely. I mean, also, we always talk about that spine. I mean, there's a very important part of it. I think, as you said, when we saw that name there, a lot of people just like, yes, he's back, I still would have liked to see one of the twins, John Luke, go in there, just have a bit of a crack, but unfortunately. But also, I think one thing I'm also just seeing here as well, in terms of, the first half, I mean, it's still going to be nice and pacey because if you can see Kobus Reinach there and Sasha, you're still going to get that, that vision going through. And with Damon Willemse there as well, he's not really going to bash it up. He's going to really just make sure those balls go to the wingers, they get a bit of play, but then with Manny Liebok and Grant Williams coming back in the second half again, the tempo doesn't stop. It's going to go forward. The creativity is going to go there. The ball's going to get to the wingers. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting one to watch. I just hope and pray it doesn't get too loose and people get too excited. You know, let's do the job first. You know, pound them with our forwards, and then obviously when you get those good meters going forward, we get those guys going. You know what I mean? Because I think last week, when I was watching the game, we were getting so many good forward balls. You know, Escom was really getting those good carries. It's just a matter of when you get that good forward ball, you break that defensive line, get people that are quickly gonna be like, hey, let's go. You know, so it's gonna be a nice one to watch this weekend.
And that's the one guy that's probably must feel he missed out his Escom actually.
Yeah, he's been playing very well.
Such a great game.
Work rate.
But again, these guys get the opportunity. Sia's back in his normal jersey at 6, and I do like the bench as well. I think Jan-Hendrik Wessels showed what he can do.
Yeah.
I like him more at hooker, but I mean at loosehead. Wilco Low, when he came on turnover scrum, Argia is a specialist. He's almost like Bobby Skin says of old for you. Coming off the bench, bringing something special that offloads and Kwacha. Yeah, and I mean, if Mani comes on with Andre Estres, and those two work together, because if there's trouble, just give it to Andre.
Yeah.
If there's space, Mani can play. So I think we'll see the box will have more of a go this weekend as the previous 2 weeks.
I mean, if you look at that, Vic, you talk about him a go, like and Ethan Hooker comes in as well. He's finally getting his chance. Another, yes, he's played a lot of his rugby on the wing for the Sharks, but Ethan Hooker can throw the ball around. What are you expecting from Ethan Hooker, especially like Moody's gone to 13 and Hooker's probably taking his place at 11?
I think the important thing for him is going to be his aerial skills, firstly. He needs to be secure on his own ball and then win a few balls back for us. But, I mean, he's so big, strong, he's quick. I think he's quicker probably than Moody. That's why I like Kanan. Very physical, but I like him at 13. I think he missed that top speed a little bit, and I think Ethan's got that. And, yeah, I'm a big Fussy fan. There's no one better than him under the eyeballs. So, and he's got a big left foot as well. If you want to need it, he can kick it a long way. So, yeah, a lot of changes, but still a good team.
Juicy, you know, you got your ring here for the Springbok women's side. Double header this weekend. I mean, it's a big fight. I mean, we're taking on the All Blacks, the men's, and then we got our first ever World Cup qualifier against the Black Ferns. How are you feeling? I mean, it's a big Saturday.
No, it's a big one. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for the ladies and for the guys as well. But I'm really nervous. I'm not going to lie. But I'll back them all the way. I'll be there. Not at England. What?
We never know where you're going to be.
Yeah.
We don't know you're going to be in Wellington or you're going to be in England.
Hint, hint. You know. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, man. I think if we just stick to what we can do and just also that little bit of belief. I think with the ladies as well, it's going to be very important because I think, you know, it's the first one. They haven't sort of like had, you know, that experience of being in the knockout stage. And something sometimes when you sort of like they haven't been there, the moment can be overwhelming. So just really pray for the best, you know. 1-0, 2-1.
We just need something. We need something against New Zealand. They can't have the green against us in both games and back-to-back weekends. But I mean, got the superstars, Nadine Roos. I mean, what's it like watching her go from 15 to just come off and then back? Then you said 10.
She's a natural baller, man. I thoroughly enjoy her. Wherever she is on the field, I'm enjoying that she's on 9 at the moment. I do think she is a lot more dangerous even from the back. However, she's creating her own space at the moment. And I think, yes, it's going to be a tough task against the Black Ferns. But I do think that this France game of the past weekend might have been a good preparation for us in understanding what World Cup rugby is about, what the physicality is about, what it takes to be at that level. But nothing takes away from it. It's going to be tough. But yeah, just give the ball to Nadine Roos, man, and let's say hardloop.
And lastly, Vic, I mean, you look at the Springbok women's side, I mean, it's actually an incredible story because now it's the amount of eyes they've brought to the game. It just shows, and getting the likes of Swayze to Brain involved, it just shows there is life in women's rugby. And for South Africa, it's great that it's going to grow because I think the impact will last longer post-World Cup as it is now.
Yeah, it's so nice. And I think if you look at Nadine, she must be very close to the best player in the world at the moment. She's really outstanding. And I think the gap for us is now to grow the game, to get more players. I think the the gap between the first 15 and the next girls is a bit bigger. So we've rested a few players this weekend, and you could see that. If they come back, I think there will be a little bit of belief. I think it might be a step too far. But if they can go in there, go play a good game of rugby, and let's hope it brings girls to the game, and let's grow that ground level as well. I've put my fingers out to see if we can't start, even if it's just sevens in school level for the girls. I think if we can grow that, then we can grow at the top so much easier.
You get some of those netball girls there for line-out times. Like,
Perfect.
do you know what I mean?
We scout them, take them away from netball and bring them to the rugby circuit. Might take Vic's daughter for the first one to sign her.
We're gonna find a way. We'll get Dwayne to take him for hit for preseason.
Exactly.
They'll get him through. But guys, do you see? We don't know where you're gonna be. We're gonna be in Wellington, Loftus. Where this weekend?
Vic, can we make plans?
You can come join us in studio. Early, 3:50.
It's a nice 3:50.
I'm not coming there, but I know that's fine. No.
The Boklev?
I am with the women's box, or not the women's box, the World Cup. I'm commentating some of the quarterfinals, so excited.
But die Boklev, eh?
Die Bokleef. Die Bok is die
that's what I
dood, die Bok is die dood. Ja, hy's net gekwes, my leef.
Vic, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. I mean, again, another guest from the Dream Team. I mean, we don't know how we're going to get for our next episode. But you guys are off. Thanks so much for coming. We've got a break next week when the Springboks are off, we're off. But the most important episode of the Dream Team is happening because Ricky is finally waiting for his time. We've gone through all the forwards. We finally get into the scrum house. Ricky has been prepping for this since June. We'll see you guys there, and we can't wait for you to see you guys for the next episode of the Dream Team 15.